Yeah, there we are.
There we are
Oh.
indeed.
Okay. Do you want to say anything
Not really.
before starting the
No, not
game?
really. Do you?
No.
I'm hoping for an exciting and interesting match. We'll see what
Who do you
happens.
think will win?
Tricky, because I think Eagle has been playing well, but Wnehme has also been playing well, especially recently.
Hmm.
So I think Eagle is slightly favored, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Do you have any predictions?
I'm also thinking Eagle
Mhm.
will win this game,
Yeah.
but we will see. Yeah, let's start.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. Aggressive starts.
Yeah, I also like the mages mission.
Mm. Do you? I must noticed.
Thank you.
No,
That's why you always lose that captain.
Hmm. I thought you were a big fan of sergeants.
No,
Oh, that's a surprising move.
it's very annoying to have that captain.
Yeah, it gets more annoying. It gets more annoying, as I said.
Wow,
Hmm.
that's
Yeah,
beautiful captain.
yeah, it's one of those things that is just incredibly annoying if this happens to you to
Yeah,
begin the game.
especially when you don't plan to play on that side and then you're forced to
Yeah.
remove weak pieces.
Yeah, that also doesn't help. But so far, good start for Igor.
Hmm. Mm.
That's your favorite piece.
Still, still is.
Goes get straight off. And yeah, exactly. New pieces brought into the game. Yeah. A few moves ago, I think Wnehme should have played that f7 piece to f6 already. Yeah. Oh, he's had plenty of opportunities to take away that square from the red one.
Hmm.
If he goes to f6, the risk is for eagle. Now he just gets pressured on
Hmm.
e6, e7. And let's continue. Of course, it's easy for us because we have no idea what the
Yeah.
pieces are. I'm surprised eagle didn't capitalize on it earlier. Hmm. Yeah, always tricky.
Yeah. A lot of boring shuffling. Whoa, majors counted.
Yeah, it's better than finding a sergeant.
Do you already have any flag predictions for Wnehme?
Uh, no, not at all. Well, I mean, A, B, C column are very unlikely.
Mm-hmm.
Never know. So if I have to make a guess based on how it is right now, I would say E, F, G are the most likely ones. It can also be an open flag on B10. You never know. Yeah. And same goes for Eagle, the way it's developing. I would say it's more likely in the center. Hmm.
That's also not very exciting.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the way Wnehme played that. Yes, especially because he just let it.
Low.
Yeah, not a big fan of that approach. But this is also where it gets very annoying for Blue because he has only one major left that hasn't been revealed yet. So any lieutenant that Red is going to bring is going to find something useful. And there you go. And that's good for Red. It's very good for Red even.
It's a bit awkward, those captains, and
Yeah.
cooler.
And already the pieces are still pretty equal, but I would much prefer to be red, obviously.
It's also easy to pressure him in the middle.
Yeah, especially with those vulnerable pieces like the captains. And already, it's this is something that I always dislike as blue. He is taking risks with the captain, but he's never going to gain anything from it because the red pieces just walk away, and the risk is on for blue the entire time.
And what should he do now?
Think
It's a
it?
bit too late, right? Yeah.
Okay, well, I think he can't complain about finding the general there. But again, if red brings in a lieutenant, it's going to do terrible damage. All captains are known. The last major has been revealed. One colo has been revealed. Yeah, maybe there's the other colo revealed. I think it's very critical for blue to have compensation in the form of knowing the general at least. So the colos they should be more safe. It's easier to protect against one piece than having to protect against two unknown pieces. Oh,
You just didn't believe that, right? It's
yeah, I think so. But this is also the problem when you have so many pieces known. You have to start taking a risk.
yeah.
And if he trades colos, that's good for him. I think bringing out the Marshall there is a good move by Red because it's not that predictable. And even if it gets reviewed for a very low piece, he has hardly moved any pieces. The piece on D3, E3, F3, but it's still going to take a while for Blue to get anything towards the left side. And even then, you're attacking what? The sergeant? Yeah, that's really wonderful. I'm guessing that's going to be a major or a captain for Red. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, this is going to get out of control really quick, I imagine. And if he gets a spy or look, I think the captain of yeah, exactly. I think I would have preferred to do that right away. There's another sergeant.
Yeah, so pieces
Yeah,
are
and
taken one by one. Yeah. Small victories.
Mhm.
No.
Mhm. Yeah, no blue piece goes forward, I imagine, but this is not going to lead to anything. He just has to move the spy. Yeah, exactly. And assuming that's a spy in the marshal, of course. Okay, so piece-wise, it's still. Oh, actually, it's down color and lower pieces.
That's annoying.
If that ends up being a spy on E5, that would be really well played. And it would also give him a good chance to get back into the game. But it's not. Or he doesn't want to reveal the spy. You never know. And I think at this point it's just going to be straightforward for red.
Hey, 20 kids.
I just don't see any way for blue to win this. Perhaps if that piece turned out to be the marshal. Well, yeah, it's
Boom.
trapped and
Game over.
surrenders. Yeah, a bit of a disappointing game for a quarterfinal, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, there wasn't a lot of action in the beginning, and
Mhm.
then,
Yeah, and then everything just went Eagles' way,
yeah,
and with
a
them,
lot of pieces were
yeah,
revealed.
and for I think for the blue player, it was at some point just impossible to do anything. Like that, let's go back to here, for example. It's a random moment.
Ah, Wnehme is also in the chat. That's very
Yeah,
nice.
I think that's a nice way of putting it. But already here, blue has to be completely passive, and there's just nothing he can do unless he wants to take a big risk and
Yeah,
grab his marshal down the center, for
yeah, it's
example.
very difficult to play. It's like,
Yes, and already here it's just very problematic. There are so many mid ranking pieces with the captains revealed.
yeah,
Two mages are gone.
I also agree with George. If you could trade the Kohler instead of finding the marshal, that would be
Yeah.
awesome.
And of course, this is the moment where the game just spirals out of control
Hmm.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more I look at this, I'm not a big fan of this move because there is no plan B behind this. There's
Hmm.
nothing for blue to do.
Hmm. Yeah, but what would you do then? Move away with Kohler.
Yeah, or even keep it there if you don't believe it.
Hmm. So the risk is
Mhm.
for
Yeah,
Eagle. Yeah.
if the spy is behind that Colo and he takes it, it's probably losing for red.
Yeah, and a nice setup is nice for the
Hmm.
end game.
Yeah.
Didn't get that far,
Yeah,
fortunately.
it happens as well. You played a good tournament. We
Yeah.
played against Matisse and Geppetto, and the other player I forgot. Who was. Do you remember by any chance?
No, I don't know.
Perhaps you can tell us in the chat.
Maybe also forgot.